Do you ever wake up and feel a sense of drift? A quiet question echoing in the chambers of your mind. What is this all for? The day stretches before you, a canvas, yet the brush feels heavy, the colors uncertain. This search for meaning, for a sense of purpose that anchors us, is a deeply human yearning, one that many of us grapple with in the quiet moments of our lives. It's a feeling that can be unsettling, this hunger for significance in a world that often seems indifferent. We look for external validation, for grand signs, or for a pre-written script that tells us our role. But what if the power to define meaning wasn't outside us but within? What if it wasn't about finding meaning, but about actively, consciously creating it each and every day? Today, we explore a powerful perspective from the philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, a thinker who grappled profoundly with these questions of existence, freedom, and the creation of personal meaning. His ideas, born from a tumultuous 20th century, offer not easy answers, but a radical framework for understanding our own power in the face of an apparently indifferent universe. Sartre's philosophy, known as existentialism, starts with a revolutionary premise. For human beings, existence precedes essence. This might sound abstract, but it's a liberating concept. It means we are not born with a predefined purpose, like a knife designed to cut or a chair designed to be sat upon. We simply are first. Think of it this way. An artisan first conceives of a paperweight, its purpose, its design, and then creates it. The essence, the idea, the purpose comes before the object's existence. Sartre argued that for humans it's the reverse. We are born into the world, we exist, we encounter ourselves, and only afterwards do we define what we are. So if there's no preordained human nature, no divine blueprint telling you who you are supposed to be, what does that imply? It implies a profound, almost dizzying freedom. You are not a finished product. You are a process, an unfolding, and the artist of that unfolding is you. This freedom is absolute according to Sartre. We are condemned to be free. Condemned because we did not create ourselves, yet free because once thrown into the world, we are responsible for everything we do. There are no excuses, no determinism that truly dictates our path if we are honest with ourselves. This radical freedom is the foundation upon which we must build our own meaning. If there's no inherent purpose to the universe or human life given to us from the outside, then we are the ones who must imbue our existence with significance. It's a monumental task, but also a monumental opportunity. How do we do this? Through our choices. Every decision, from the seemingly trivial to the life-altering, is a brushstroke. With each choice, we are not only shaping our own life but also defining what we believe a human being ought to be. We are creating our essence moment by moment. Consider a simple act, how you respond to a difficult colleague, whether you pursue a passion project, or even how you choose to spend this very hour. Each choice is an affirmation of certain values. You are, in effect, saying, "This is what I value. This is the kind of person I choose to be." This means that meaning isn't something you stumble upon like a hidden treasure. It's not a secret whispered by the universe. It is actively constructed, piece by piece, through your engagement with the world, through your commitments, and through the values you embody. Sartre emphasized that this freedom comes with an equally profound responsibility. If we are free to choose, then we are wholly responsible for those choices and consequently for who we become. We cannot blame our circumstances, our upbringing, or our nature. The buck ultimately stops with us. This responsibility can feel overwhelming. Sartre called this feeling anguish. It's the realization that when we choose for ourselves, we are, in a sense, choosing for all humankind. We are putting forth an image of humanity as we believe it should be. That's a heavy weight to bear. Imagine you decide to be honest in a situation where deceit might be easier. In that moment, you're not just choosing honesty for yourself. You're implicitly stating that honesty is a value humanity should uphold. This magnifies the significance of even our seemingly small, personal choices. Then there's forlornness. This is the feeling that arises from recognizing that God, or any external, validating authority for our values, does not exist. We are alone in making our choices, without excuses, without a pre-written moral code to fall back on. We must invent our own values. This doesn't mean we descend into chaos. It means we must take full ownership of the moral framework we create. If you choose compassion, it is your compassion. If you choose courage, it is your courage. These values gain their power precisely because you chose them in full awareness. Finally, Sartre speaks of despair. This isn't hopelessness in the common sense. Rather, it means we should confine ourselves to relying only on what is within our control, our own actions, our own will. We cannot rely on possibilities that are outside our power or expect the world to conform to our wishes. This might sound limiting, but it's actually empowering. Instead of worrying about all the things we can't change, despair in Sartre's sense directs us to focus our energy on what we can do, on the sphere of our direct influence. This is where our true power to create meaning lies. So, how do we translate this into creating meaning today? It starts with acknowledging your freedom. Right now, in this moment, you have choices. You are not bound by your past, nor by others' expectations, unless you choose to be. What is one small choice you can make today that aligns with a value you wish to embody? It doesn't have to be monumental. Perhaps it's choosing patience in traffic, or kindness in a difficult conversation, or dedicating 30 minutes to a creative pursuit. Each such choice, however small, is an act of self-definition. It's you saying, "This is who I am. This is what I stand for." This is the active creation of your essence, your meaning. You are literally building yourself with every intentional action. Sartre encouraged us to think of our lives as a project. You are the primary project of your life, not in a narcissistic way, but in the sense that you are constantly shaping and reshaping who you are through your commitments and actions in the world. What kind of project do you want your life to be? What values do you want it to reflect? This isn't about achieving a final, perfect state. It's about the ongoing process of choosing, acting, and reflecting, continually striving to be the person you choose to be. This active engagement is crucial. Meaning doesn't come from passive contemplation alone. It arises from doing, from involving yourself in the world, from pursuing goals that you yourself have set. This is where your values become tangible. Consider something you care about, a cause, a skill, a relationship. How can you actively invest yourself in it today? This investment, this pouring of your energy and commitment, is how you weave meaning into the fabric of your existence. Sartre also warned against what he called bad faith, mauvaise foi. This is when we deceive ourselves to escape our freedom and responsibility. It's when we pretend we are not free, blaming external factors or defining ourselves as fixed objects. An example of bad faith, saying, "I can't help it, that's just the way I am," as if your personality is set in stone. Or blaming your job for your unhappiness while taking no steps to change your situation or your attitude towards it. This is denying your power to choose. Authenticity, in contrast, is courageously embracing your freedom and taking responsibility for your choices. It's about being true to the self you are actively creating, rather than conforming to a prepackaged identity or making excuses. Living authentically means continually asking, am I making choices that reflect who I truly want to be, or am I acting out of fear, habit, or the desire to please others? This self-reflection is key to creating genuine, personal meaning. So to create your own meaning today, begin by recognizing one area where you might be in bad faith. Where are you telling yourself you have no choice? Is that truly the case? Or is there a small act of freedom you can claim? Perhaps it's speaking up about an idea you've been hesitant to share, or starting that small daily habit you've been putting off, or simply choosing your attitude in a challenging situation. These are all acts of reclaiming your freedom and defining yourself. The beauty of Sartre's philosophy is its radical present moment focus. Your past choices have shaped who you are now, but they do not have to dictate who you choose to become starting from this very moment. Every day is a new opportunity to define yourself. This doesn't mean you need to make grand, sweeping changes overnight. Meaning is often built in the small, consistent affirmations of your chosen values. A quiet commitment to integrity, a daily act of kindness, a persistent pursuit of knowledge. Think about the values you want your life to represent. Are they compassion, creativity, courage, wisdom, connection? Choose one value to focus on today. How can you embody that value in a concrete way, even if it's small? If you choose connection, perhaps it means reaching out to an old friend or truly listening to a family member without distraction. If you choose creativity, it could be sketching for 10 minutes or writing a paragraph. The act itself matters. This process of choosing and acting is what transforms abstract values into lived reality. And it is in this lived reality, this engagement with the world based on your self-chosen principles, that a profound sense of meaning begins to blossom. It's not about finding an ultimate, universal meaning of life. Sartre would say that's a misguided quest. It's about creating your meaning for your life. And this meaning will be unique to you, forged in the crucible of your individual freedom and responsibility. This perspective can be incredibly liberating. You are not waiting for meaning to be bestowed upon you. You are the source. You are the author of your days. This shifts the locus of control from the external world to your internal compass. This path isn't always easy. Embracing freedom means embracing the discomfort of uncertainty and the weight of responsibility. There will be moments of doubt, of anguish, of feeling the forlornness of choosing alone. But this is part of the human condition, as Sartre saw it. The alternative, however, is to live in bad faith, to deny your freedom, to drift through life as if you were an object, determined by external forces. This, Sartre argued, is to live an inauthentic life, to miss the opportunity to become truly human. So the challenge and the invitation today is to choose authenticity, to choose freedom, to choose to be the creator of your own meaning. Start small. What is one conscious choice you can make right now that reflects the person you want to be? Perhaps it's the choice to be fully present in your next interaction, rather than distracted. Or the choice to tackle a task you've been avoiding, thereby asserting your agency over procrastination. These are acts of self-creation. Remember, you are not defined by your past mistakes or failures unless you choose to let them define you. Every moment is a fresh start, an opportunity to make a new choice, to reaffirm or redefine your values and your direction. Sartre's philosophy is not a doctrine of despair, but one of radical hope, a hope rooted not in external promises, but in our own capacity to create. It's a call to action, a call to live deliberately and to sculpt our lives with intention. The meaning you create might not be grand in the eyes of the world, but it will be yours. It will be authentic. And that authenticity is what gives life its depth, its richness, and its profound personal significance. So, as you move through your day, carry this question with you. How am I choosing to create my meaning in this moment? Let this question guide your actions, your interactions, and your reflections. It could be in the dedication you bring to your work, finding purpose even in mundane tasks by connecting them to a larger value, like diligence or service. Every action can be imbued with chosen meaning. It could be in the way you nurture your relationships, choosing empathy over judgment, understanding over conflict. These relational choices build a web of shared meaning that enriches not only your life, but others too. It could be in your engagement with art, nature, or learning, activities that expand your perspective and connect you to something larger than yourself, chosen for the joy and growth they bring. Sartre's message is ultimately empowering. It places the locus of meaning squarely in your hands. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the agent of your own life, the author of your own story. This doesn't negate the reality of suffering or external constraints. Sartre was keenly aware of life's difficulties. But even within constraints, we retain the freedom to choose our attitude, our response, and thus to create meaning. Think of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, who found meaning even in the most horrific circumstances by choosing his inner response, his dignity, and his capacity to help others. This is a testament to the human spirit's power. So the question isn't, what is the meaning of life? But rather, what meaning will I choose to create for my life today? This reframes the search from a passive discovery to an active, ongoing creation. Embrace the anguish of this freedom not as a burden but as a sign of your significance. Your choices matter. They ripple outwards. What kind of ripples do you want to create today? Let go of the need for external validation. The meaning you forge is for you. It is measured by your own authentic commitment to the values you choose, not by societal approval or external rewards. Confront bad faith in yourself with compassion but firmness. Notice when you're making excuses, blaming others, or denying your agency. Gently guide yourself back to the awareness of your freedom and your power to choose differently. Your life is your ultimate artwork. Each day you add new strokes, new colors, new textures. It may not always be perfect. There might be smudges or areas you wish to repaint, but it is yours, uniquely and wonderfully. The core of Sartre's message for today is this: you exist. Therefore you are free. Therefore you are responsible. Therefore you must choose, and in choosing, create who you are and what your life signifies. This isn't a philosophy for the faint of heart. It demands courage, honesty, and a willingness to embrace the full spectrum of human experience, including its inherent uncertainties. But it also offers the profound reward of a self-made life. So what is one small, concrete action you will take today, inspired by this idea of self-created meaning? Don't just think about it, decide, and then act. That action is your meaning in motion. This isn't about achieving some grand, ultimate purpose that will suddenly make everything clear. It's about the daily practice of infusing your actions with intention, with the values you choose to uphold. Meaning is a verb, an ongoing process. When you choose to learn something new today, you are choosing growth. You are defining yourself as a learner, as someone curious. That choice adds a layer to your self-created essence. When you choose to forgive someone or yourself, you are choosing peace and compassion over resentment. You define yourself as someone capable of letting go and moving forward. This is an active creation of inner meaning. Even in moments of rest or leisure, you are choosing. Are you choosing activities that genuinely rejuvenate you, that align with your well-being? Or are you passively consuming things that leave you feeling empty? Your choice shapes your experience. The power of Sartre's insight is that it democratizes meaning. You don't need special status, wealth, or grand talents to create a meaningful life. You only need your freedom, your awareness, and your willingness to choose responsibly. Do not be afraid of the void or the apparent meaninglessness of the universe. See it instead as a blank canvas, upon which you are privileged to paint your own masterpiece, using the colors of your choices and actions. The meaning you create today might be a quiet strength, a steadfast integrity, a spark of joy shared, a moment of genuine connection. These are not small things. They are the very fabric of a life well lived. Remember Sartre's sequence. Existence comes first. Then, through your encounters with the world and the choices you make, you define your essence. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do, not what you wish you could do, but what you actually do. This is a continuous project. There's no final exam, no graduation. Every day presents new opportunities to affirm your values, to refine your project, to deepen your self-created meaning. Embrace this ongoing journey. So take a deep breath. Feel the freedom that is yours. Acknowledge the responsibility that comes with it. And then step forward into your day with the clear intention: today, I will create my meaning. Consider the moments where you feel most alive, most yourself. Often, these are moments when you are actively engaged, making choices, overcoming challenges, or expressing your authentic self. These are glimpses of your self-created meaning in action. The today aspect is crucial. Don't defer your meaning-making to some distant future. The power is in the present. What can you choose right now that aligns with the person you want to be? Even the smallest act of intention counts. If you feel adrift, remember that you are the captain of your ship. You have the tiller in your hand. The seas might be stormy, the destination not always clear, but you choose the direction. Your choices are your rudder. The weight of anguish, choosing for all humanity, can be reframed. Instead of a burden, see it as a profound connection. Your authentic choices contribute to a more conscious, intentional human experience for everyone. The forlornness of being alone in your choices can also be liberating. It means you are not beholden to anyone else's script for your life. You are truly free to invent your own path, to discover your own unique values. And despair, focusing only on what's within your control, is the ultimate empowerment. It frees you from anxieties about the uncontrollable and focuses your precious energy on where you can truly make a difference: your own actions and attitudes. Creating your own meaning is not a one-time event, but a lifelong practice of mindful engagement with your freedom. It's about cultivating an inner posture of responsibility and intentionality in all that you do. As your day unfolds, notice the myriad small choices you make. Each one is an opportunity to react habitually, or an opportunity to respond consciously, authentically, in line with the meaning you are choosing to build. Let Sartre's profound insights not be mere intellectual curiosities, but catalysts for action. The world needs your unique, authentic contribution, the meaning that only you can create and bring forth through your living. So the invitation remains: how will you create your own meaning today? The power is yours. The canvas is ready. Pick up your brush, choose your colors, and begin to paint the life you choose to live, one intentional stroke at a time. This journey of self-creation is perhaps the most fundamental human endeavor. It is in this conscious shaping of our lives, day by day, that we find not just meaning, but also a deep sense of aliveness and purpose. Embrace the beautiful responsibility of being the author of your days. Let your actions be your words, your choices be your narrative. Today, write a compelling chapter, one filled with the meaning you choose to give it.